Nadine.
Linda.
Pat.
Kim.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Eatery Steak and Buffet. My name is Elise, I'm the general manager here. Now as a general manager, I basically need to make sure that the restaurant is running smoothly at all times. I have experience in all of the positions, so if you ever have any questions, please feel free to ask me. But that's enough about me. We're actually here for you so that you can get a better idea of what you'll be doing here at the Eatery as cashiers. Now there are a few things I'd like to talk about in this brief presentation, and I'm going to include your duties as cashiers, and I'm going to elaborate on how to handle transactions efficiently and accurately. So let's get started. Now, as cashiers, you are the first person that our customers see when they walk through the door. Therefore, you're going to act a little bit as a greeter. You also have to take the customer's orders and you handle the transactions. These are your three main tasks as a cashier. Now, you also have numerous other employee responsibilities. I'm not going to elaborate on them now. You're going to learn more about them during your training. But they vary based on your shift and also how busy the restaurant is. They can include things from general cleaning to cleaning the ice cream machine. Again, you're going to learn more about these during your training. Now, moving right along, how to handle transactions efficiently and accurately. There are three things you can do to make sure every checkout is a perfect checkout. And the first thing is to make sure that the order is correct. You can do this by making sure first that you are pushing the right buttons. It is very easy to accidentally select the wrong button, therefore giving the customer the incorrect order. You can also check the order by repeating it back to the customer and getting their approval. Now, if you accidentally give the customer the wrong order, it can create problems down the road. First of all, the server might end up losing out on a tip because they served the customer the wrong food, and the cook can get in trouble for making the wrong food. And we definitely don't want this to happen because it'll eventually make the customers upset and the employees upset. We want the eatery to be a place that customers enjoy to come and eat, sit and relax, and a place for employees to have fun working at. The next thing you can do is to make sure that you're listening to the customers and you understand how they would like to pay. Handling a transaction is not always as easy as just putting some cash in your drawer. Sometimes a customer will want to pay part in credit card and part in cash. Sometimes there are weird gift cards or coupons, and you really have to listen to make sure you understand how the customer wants to pay before you start to charge them. Money is a very touchy subject with most people, so if you accidentally charge the customer the wrong way, they can easily be offended. Therefore, their stay at the eatery may not be the best because they're already upset, okay? So definitely make sure you're listening to how they'd like to pay. Finally, you want to make sure you're giving the customers the correct amount of change. You need to make sure that at all times you know how much money is going in your drawer as well as how much money is coming out. First of all, when a customer hands you a bunch of dollar bills, you need to make sure you count them yourself, even if the customer just counted them in front of you. You want to make sure that you know how much money you're putting in your register. You also want to make sure you're double checking how much money you're giving back to the customer as change. You do this by when you take the money out of your drawer, you count it to yourself, and then you count it back to the customer. Again, that's a way to double check yourself. It is very easy for dollar bills to stick together, especially when they're new. This makes it very easy for the customer to give you too much money and very easy for you to give too much back. Now, I also need you all to be aware of scammers. They do exist, they are out there, they do come around every once in a great while. The chances of you actually meeting one is very slim. However, I need you to be aware that they are out there. A scammer might come in, order something very cheap with a large dollar bill, and they will confuse the cashier when the cashier goes to give back their change. They'll say, "Oh, I want my change in so many 20s, 10s, 5s, so on." The cashier, out of confusion, will just give the customer the money they asked for, and the customer will walk away with an extra $50 or $100 in their pocket. We definitely don't want this to happen. If at any time you are at the register handling a transaction and you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you might be getting scammed, or you feel like something is going wrong, please come and get me or an assistant manager. We will be able to help you and make sure the transaction is finished correctly. This way the customer will get back the correct amount of change and your drawer won't be shorted. Now, just a quick recap As cashiers, you will be functioning as greeters, order takers, and transaction handlers. Now when you're handling transactions, you want to make sure you're giving the customer the correct order. You also want to make sure that you're listening to the customers and you understand how they would like to pay. Finally, you want to be confident that you are giving back the customer the correct amount of change every time. All of these put together will make you an excellent cashier at the eatery, as I expect all of you will become. I hope I didn't scare any of you with the information about the scammers. Again, I just need you to be aware that they are there, and I want you to be confident if you ever meet one, so that you know how to handle it. This is all I have to cover for today. I hope you have a nice day and a nice weekend, and I'll see you back at training.